we go, guys, the first Jordan sneaker for 2023, and I've got to say this one is pretty confusing, so let's figure it out. Alright, here we have the box, a little bit of Jordan 1 special packaging going on over here. Sometimes you get a special colored box to match the sneakers when it comes to Jordan 1s, other times you don't and it's just the black and red. So you've got a blue box with the white Nike branding all over it. Let's flip open the top and let me show you guys today's pair of sneakers. It's the Jordan 1 High True Blue. I will say you do get extra laces with this pair of sneakers, which are white. However, I've actually laced this pair with the white laces. So the ones that come laced on the pair of sneakers is this blue color. I just kind of preferred how the white laces look on this pair of sneakers, but again, you make your own decision on that. Okay, so here we have them, the Jordan 1 True Blue. And like I said, this sneaker is pretty confusing. Let's kind of get that part out of the way first. So these are inspired by the Jordan 3 True Blue from 1988. You know, the ones that then retroed in 2001 and 2009 and 2011 and 2016? Yeah, those ones. So according to Nike, they're throwing the True Blue colors on this pair of Jordan 1s because it is the 35th anniversary this year for the Jordan 3. And because 3 plus 1 equals a new icon, I mean a Jordan 4. And listen, all of that is pretty odd, but we haven't even got to the strangest things about this pair of sneakers yet. But before we get there, let me give you guys the release details for this pair of Jordan 1s, because these are actually lined up to drop this month on January the 14th. In fact, they're actually loaded up on the Nike sneakers app out in the US already. However, they haven't loaded up here in the UK. I guess we're kind of just waiting a little bit longer for them to actually load up. These are going to retail for £165 here in the UK or $180 if you're out in the US. Okay, check this out. So according to Nike, this sneaker was crafted to the 85 specs. And the weird part is that for a sneaker crafted to the 85 specs, these are pretty different to a Jordan 1 High 85. It doesn't have any of the Jordan 1 85 special packaging that you get, like the extra papers, the special red box. You don't get the 85 retro tag on the inside. These have all just normal Jordan 1 packaging. And the sneaker itself, in terms of just the materials, just feeling this thing in hand, it also has very normal Jordan 1 leather quality. There's a very big difference between the Jordan 1 High 85 and a regular pair of Jordans. That one is much more stiffer and this one just feels pretty normal. And these also have a regular Jordan 1 midsole. It is not the same as a Jordan 1 High 85. In fact, the color blocking on this pair of True Blues is very similar to the Mocha Jordan 1 with the suede at the back and then the color at the front. In fact, even the materials feel very, very similar in hand. It doesn't even have the Jordan 1 High 85 shape. In fact, the only things that I can tell on this pair of sneakers that do resemble a Jordan 1 High 85 is the Nike swoosh being a little bit bigger to a regular Jordan 1, and the Jordan Wings logo is also different. This Jordan Wings logo feels a little bit more similar to a Jordan 1 High 85 in that it's a little bit more puffy and you can kind of feel the texture a little bit more, whereas a regular Jordan normally just has a painted on Jordan Wings logo. And maybe this has a slightly higher ankle collar, but that is it. So yeah, it's kind of a weird pair of Jordans with a couple 85 elements in there, but mainly just a regular Jordan 1. And True blue seems to be something that Jordan Brand just loves using. Like, there's not only 4 true blue retros on the Jordan 3 model, but there's also a bunch of mids that also have this true blue naming. And the funny thing is, it kind of looks like the Jordan 1 mid did the true blue colorway a little bit more accurately than this pair of highs. Michael Jordan even seems to prefer the mids. Like, there's actually elephant print and red accents on that pair of mids, whereas this one has no elephant print and no red whatsoever anywhere on the pair of shoes. But yeah, and later on this year, we're supposed to be getting a Wizards colorway on the Jordan 3, so it's very close to being another retro of the true blue. Okay, so where does all of that leave this pair of Jordan 1s, the true blue Jordan 1? Where does that leave this sneaker? Well, in my opinion, all of the marketing and the idea and the inspiration behind this pair of shoes, that all just kind of makes it a lot more confusing. If I just look at this pair of sneakers just based on the colorway, based on the materials, based on what it is, I actually kind of like it. The colorway is super clean. It looks great on foot. It's a very, very easy colorway to wear. It just brightens up with a little bit of color on this very, very versatile and wearable sneaker. Now, like I said, the leather on this pair of sneakers does feel pretty normal. I wouldn't go as far to say as it feels premium like Jordan Brand wants you to believe, but it doesn't feel bad. I think if you felt this thing in hand, it pretty much feels like most other Jordan 1 highs. And in fact, all of the gray suede that you find on the back of the sneaker feels pretty nice in hand as well. These, I think, from what I've seen online, what most people seem to think about this pair of sneakers is just pretty meh. Like, I think most people agree that this is a very clean colorway, but I just don't think there's enough people who really feel like it's a colorway that they actually need. And I guess the obvious determining factor will be what happens on release date, whether these actually sell out or whether they end up sitting in a couple size. I don't know, we've seen a lot of recent Jordans sitting on shelves. Either way, when it comes to sizing, for me personally, I go true to size with Jordan 1s, and that's exactly what I'm going to recommend to you. They fit true to size. I think this is a pretty solid pair of Jordan 1s. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's not a terrible sneaker by any means. In fact, if you find that these are easy to get for retail, you may want to pick them up and then slap these things on in the summertime. I think these will absolutely kill it with a pair of shorts, but I'll leave that up to you. Just let me know what you think of the Jordan 1 True Blue down in the comment section. Thank you so much for coming through, hanging out for yet again another video. Thank you for liking, commenting, and of course subscribing. I'll catch you guys in the next one, but until then.